My father was a teamster and truck driver. My mom worked odd jobs. I'm the youngest of 9 kids. Because my parents worked so hard just to provide, I had a lot of time to myself, and most of that time I spent running around the streets, getting a street education. I left school at an early age. I quit school at 13. Ended up getting into a lot of trouble, being incarcerated, tried as an adult at 16, 17. And that was a big wake-up call for me, Father. So I decided, you know what, I needed to turn my life around. And a lot of people go to God, especially when they get in trouble. And, when I heard the jail doors close behind me, I started praying right away. But I knew that was just the beginning for me, because I knew I really wanted to turn my life around. And I made a commitment at that day, but it was still, it's still every day. It's a process, That's why I start my day every day by getting on my hands and my knees and starting a time of prayer and reading scripture, and then I feel like I can go out there and conquer the world. I was always looking to the wrong people. I was looking up to the wrong people. And then once the dust settled and I was able to look clearly, and I was sober for the first time in a while, I realized there were so many people around. My parish priest, who I've known since I was 13 years old, Father James Flavin, who, has married all my brothers and sisters, baptized all of my kids. I speak to him on a daily basis. He was there, the members of the Boys Club, people who had dedicated their lives to serving, their communities, had been there and were there finally, and I was able to recognize the people that I should have been looking up to and looking to for inspiration. So they were there, but of course, it was also difficult for me because I still lived in the same neighborhood. I still had to go from my house to the train station to go to work, and I had to pass all my boys on the street, and I couldn't run with them anymore. And then if I wasn't with them, I was against them. So I had that to overcome, but I was committed to turning my life around. We are blessed to be able to have a fresh start every day. You just got to be able to kind of have confidence in yourself and belief in yourself, surrounding yourself with good people. When I realized that there was a huge community out there of believers and people that were committed and dedicated to the church and helping other members of the community and really be a support system, that was a wonderful thing. So I think not being afraid to ask for help and searching and seeking out people that can help you, but also believing in yourself. I've seen so many wonderful stories of people who are, kids up for adoption, and they have multiple siblings in the youth services department or within the adoption system, and they're deciding that they're going to go and get an education on their own and go and take care of their family. And there's so many wonderful success stories out there. You have to believe and have faith and know that you can accomplish it and turn your life around. If I could go back and do a lot of things over, I would, and I know that I can't. So I think the way that I can kind of continue to give back and to do things for other people, and especially for the less fortunate, because again, I've been blessed in so many ways, and I think obviously with those blessings comes a lot of responsibility, and I welcome that responsibility, and I look for ways to give back and influence people and inspire people to go out and do great things. But I always feel like if I put my mind to something and I really do the work, I can accomplish something. And then if things don't turn out, because I live and breathe, and my primary business is based on a lot of failure and success, right? But it's never for lack of effort. And as long as I do everything I can to do my best, then I feel pretty darn good about the effort. And sometimes I win and succeed, and sometimes I don't. But I always felt like if I didn't do everything I could to prepare, then that's when I had regret, and that's when I felt disappointed in myself. And you know what? There isn't anything you can't accomplish with hard work and the Lord behind you. Wow, if I can, trust me. I should be a lot of places, and it should not be here. So trust me, God is so good. Thank you, Father.